We'll start on our back, so go ahead and find your mat. And we'll begin just with a few rolling bridges, bringing your feet down, arms by the sides, back of the head down. Inhale, lift the hips up, lift the arms up. Take a moment to just stretch through the front of the thighs, and then exhale, come on down. 2 more times. Inhale to lift it up, creating that nice big arc, and exhale, take it down. 1 more time. Inhale to lift it up. Keep your hips up, but bring your arms down, and we'll come into a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Roll your right arm underneath you. Roll your left arm. You can hold your ankles here, or you can clasp your hands. And once you get that set, just take your gaze up to the ceiling. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Lower all the way down. Bring the knees into the chest and just start to rock around on your spine. Good morning. Rock around on your spine. And then we'll take it to a nice little twist. If, like me, you kind of got out of bed not that long ago, this should feel good. Take your hips to the left, draw your knees to the right. If you want that little extra assist, right hand pushes down on the left thigh, and you turn to look at the left fingers. Deep breaths in, and deep breaths out. Again, inhale, exhale. 1 more time, breath in. And then exhale, come onto your back and take it to the other side. So if you want the self-assist, it's left hand on top of right thigh, and you're looking to the right. And start to find those really long, deep breaths. All right, from here, we'll come onto our backs with the exhale. Let the left leg go long, draw the right knee into the chest, and just take a moment to circle that ankle, both directions. And then take the hands behind the thighs, the calves, the ankles, whatever feels best right now to stretch your hamstrings. Whew. Remember, you can always bend this knee and straighten it. You can massage through the hamstrings or the calves. Just gradually feeling that extension from the heel to the hip. Not forcing something, not really like muscling into it, but relaxing into the stretch this morning. We've got 1 more breath here. And then we'll abduct this leg. So taking it, again, ankle, foot, calf, thigh to the right. And if you happen to have a wall like I do, you can let the wall do the work. And if you don't, just holding on to that leg, finding that support here. Remember that your left hip and left shoulder want to stay rooted. We've got 1 more breath. Then we'll find that IT bend stretch. So for any of you that might be, have rented a bike from Truvefit and doing spin, taking that leg slightly across the body, toes turned in a little bit. Or if you've been doing like a lot of side lunge work or loop band work. All right, let go of that. Take a moment to just shake the legs out. And then right leg goes long. Left knee hugs into the chest. Find those ankle rolls here. Going both ways. And then take that hamstring stretch. You've got some time here, so letting the stretch maybe get a little bit deeper over time. You've got a couple more breaths. And then taking that leg away from the body. Again, if you have a wall on this side, feel free to use it. If you don't, you're still using your arm, your hand to kind of support that leg. Right hip, right shoulder stay down. And then we'll take that leg across the body as much as we can, turning the toes to the right, keeping that left hip, left butt cheek really rooted. Ooh, finding that extension through the leg. 1 more breath here. And then coming on back to center, happy baby, bending the knees wider than the hips, holding onto the feet or the shins, and rock yourself out like we did earlier. And then from here, we'll straighten one leg at a time. So this time, if you have a wall on either side of you, you may want to scooch away from that wall so you can extend your legs kind of freely. We'll start straightening the right leg out to the right. And then come back to center and straightening the left leg out to the left. And then coming into a straddle, both legs out. And it's fine if this doesn't look or feel like the biggest split you've ever done. That's totally okay. Less optics, more about the groin stretch, the hip stretch. Take one more breath. All right, knees into chest. Rock yourself a couple of times forward and back. And last thing we'll do here is just a nice simple forward fold. So another hamstring stretch, another stretch also for the low spine. Flex your feet. Inhale to lift your arms up. Keeping this length, start to fold forward. And remember, you could hold your body somewhere, or you could just let your hands fall. Drop your head, maybe take a couple of shakes side to side and front to back. In 2 more rounds of breath here, I welcome you to close your eyes and just tap into what are you feeling in your body? Where do you feel it? How intense is the sensation? Okay, slowly bring yourself up. Shake it out. If there are any other quick stretches you need, go ahead and do that, and then grab some water if you want. And we'll get started today in all fours. If you have a loop band, you'll put it on your legs, and if you don't worry about it. You can do all the same stuff that that the rest of us will do. So we'll take that loop band, that mini loop band around the shins, and if you want to go a little higher to the knees or a little lower to the ankles based on how wide or thick your band is, go for it. But you do want it below the knees. Coming onto flat palms or fists or elbows, depending on how your wrists are feeling. Starting to draw the belly button to the spine here. And we'll begin with the right leg. Taking that right knee away from the body, it's still bent, and then bringing it back to center. We've got 30 seconds here. You can find your own pace. You could take this fast or slow. And if you don't have the band, you're probably going much higher than I am, which is like maybe 6 inches up. And if you have a band on, depending on how heavy it is, it's restricting your movement. Keeping those square hips, keeping that tight belly and that long spine. You have about 5 more seconds, and then we'll add a pulse here. Your right foot could be flexed or pointed. The next time you come out to the side, stay. We pulse for 15 seconds. Those little presses out. Nothing else in the body has changed at all. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Okay, left leg, same deal, 30 seconds. That lateral movement out and in. We start now. Really rooting through your opposite shin, the opposite top of foot, and the opposite hand. Maybe starting even to feel those obliques fire up on that right side. Whew. Hopefully you're feeling this. You have less than 10 seconds before that pulse, so keep this up steady and as big as you can make it. Last 3, 2, 1, pulse it out, little presses, out, 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 out. Just 15 seconds here, and then we'll get some movement going to the back. Last 3, 2, 1. Return to that right leg. Let's all flex the foot here. We'll lift that right leg up, again, as high as you can take it, and then bring it back down. 30 seconds here, knee stays bent. We're lifting up, we're pulling down. So we're really pressing through the glutes. This is our bigger movement. It may not feel very big if you have that loop band, and if you don't, again, feel free to maximize the range of motion. Pressing up, coming down. Check back in with the belly if you sort of forgot about it or you're letting your back sway. Pull that belly button in. Last 3 seconds, and then we pulse. And hold it up. Little presses up. Just 15 seconds again. Anchor through the left side. Feel the belly help you. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Okay. Other side. Flex your left foot. Get ready for the bigger range of motion, lifting the leg behind you. Here we go. Press it up. Pull it down. So again, this is where the movement's happening obviously in one leg, But the other side, you can focus on that stability and that contraction that keeps you nice and anchored, nice and grounded. Checking back in with your breath, especially if, like me, this is a really little extra challenge today. You're there in 3. We'll pulse in 2, in 1, hold it up, little presses, 15 seconds. Pushing up, up, up. Maybe starting to feel the sweat. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, coming out of it, if you have the loop band on, you can take it off and find a moment to stretch, child's pose, down dog, figure 4. Just opening up, coming out of that L4 shape. Okay, upper body. That was a little bit of bar, now a little bit of yoga. We'll come into some chaturanga push-ups. 30 seconds. Remember, for your chaturanga push-up, you want your palms flat, your middle fingers forward. You can be on your toes, and if you're on your knees, your hips aren't over your knees. They're in front of your knees. Inner elbows roll forward, so you can literally roll your arms in your shoulder socket. And we bend the elbows right by the body and push up. And remember, for this chaturanga push-up, you're only going halfway down. You don't need to go any lower than that. So chest and elbows stay in the same line. Setting up your push-up position on your hands or on your knees. 30 seconds, here we go. And I will give you the halfway point in case you want to change from knees to toes or toes to knees. Inhale down, exhale up. Keep looking at the floor. Keep the back of that net long. We're halfway there. Again, if you want to change it up, you can change it up. Keep those elbows close. Don't let them wing out for this version of our push-up, for this chaturanga. We'll hold the chaturanga in 3, 2, 1. Hold that halfway point. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. A little bit more yoga here. Locust lifts, and you may need to adjust some furniture around you. Arms out to the sides, elbows bent. Forehead to the mat, legs zip together. For 30 seconds, we'll lift everything up. And when you lift your bent elbows, try to squeeze your shoulder blades together and maybe pull the elbows a little more back. And then you relax all the way to the floor. Set yourself up. Pull the belly button to the spine. Zip the inner thighs. Point through the toes. And here we go. 30 seconds. And for this movement, the breath is an inhale to lift you up and an exhale to take you down. Really feeling that back body both engaged and lengthened. We've got 15 more seconds to go. Keep pointing out through the toes. Keep reaching forward with the crown of the head. Once again, we're looking down at the mat to keep that neck super long. You're there in 5. Stay up in 4, 3, 2. Hold yourself up. Arms reach forward. Pull it back. So nice little rows for 9. Stay lifted. 8, 7. You've got this. Pulling and pushing. Breathing through it. 4 more. Last 1. Take a rest. That might, again, be child's pose or down dog. Maybe you want to take a little extra stretch for your triceps by pulling your elbows forward and praying your hands. Might be another good opportunity to get a little bit of water. All right. One more round of movement on the mat. Core focused. Lying on your back like we started. Taking a little dead bug action first, and then we'll build on from there and we'll make it more challenging. Before you do anything, notice if you could fit your hand or both of your hands under your low back. We want to try to minimize that space as much as possible. So really pressing that low back down and thus engaging the lower abdominals. Lift the knees over the hips, and we'll flex the feet for this. Reach the arms up, and we'll take the hands to the thighs. Before you do anything, try to push your thighs, that area right by the knees, into your hands and your hands into your knees. So without moving at all, you should feel like there's energy and tension in the body. There's a lot of tension. Keeping this tension, You'll reach your right arm and right leg away from each other, straightening both limbs. Come back to that tension, and then left side, come back to that tension, okay? Make sure you have enough space to do this. 30 seconds on the clock. Find the bent knees start, and here we go. Right limbs, center. Left limbs, center. Of course, you can go at a faster pace, you can go at a slower pace, but just really think head pushing down, back pushing down, belly pushing down. Hands and legs, they push into each other and then they pull away. And we're moving in this single plane of motion. Just forward and back, forward and back. We'll turn this into a twist in 3, 2, 1. Bend both knees. Now take the hands behind the head. Your right elbow will go towards your left knee as the right leg straightens out. So it's like our bicycle crunch. And this time we'll lift the right leg up a few inches, down a few inches. We've got 10, 9, 8. Can you lift your head and shoulders higher? 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep pushing out through that right heel. 3, 2, 1. Come center. Other side, left elbow, right knee, left leg long. Little lifts. Not your full range of motion. Just keeping that leg straight and strong. You've got 7. Can you lift higher in your upper body? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Legs overhead, arms by the sides. We'll take one vertical reverse crunch. So we're not trying to go back towards the head with the legs. We're trying to go straight up. Second one, though, we are. So you can get a little momentum going up and back. First is vertical. Second is up and back. Again, make sure you have room. You're not going to knock over any bases. 30 seconds on the clock starts now. Exhale is every time you're lifting the hips off the ground for both that vertical and that horizontal. And you might see me looking towards the camera, but please don't do that yourself. Try to keep your head rooted. You're looking up at the ceiling. Your body knows what to do. Really strong through the belly. For the horizontal reverse crunch, feel free to make that as big as you want. I'm keeping mine pretty small, but you could go really big. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, stretch it out. Toes forward, fingers back. Find that elongation. And then however you want to, you'll make your way up to stand. We'll go through 3 sun salutation A's, and then we'll get into a little bit more bar work. So coming to the top of that mat, arms by the side, palms forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold the body over the legs. Inhale, hands on shins, half lift. Plant the palms and find your plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. We did a lot of them earlier. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Sit the legs together. We'll take a few hops to come forward. Lift the heels high. Look between the thumbs. Bend the knees a lot. Set the belly on the thighs. And we're just trying to take some donkey kicks. Heels to hips. You're trying to also take your body weight forward. One more time, just the hop. And now come to the top of the mat, step or flip. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the feet, reach up. Exhale, arms by the sides. Round 2. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, half lift. Move through your vinyasa. And if you want to jump into chaturanga, make sure you really jump into bent elbows, not straight arms. This time, different hops. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Still bend your knees, butts in the air, still look between your thumbs. Once again, we'll kick. This time, trying to kick the heels outside of the hips, still taking the weight forward one more time. And then step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach to the ceiling. Arms by the sides. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale, dive it over. Lengthen out. Inhale, half lift. Going through that flow in your way. All right. This time, again, just know your surroundings. Be really aware of your surroundings in your house. Right leg lifts. Look between the thumbs. We're going to be bending the bottom knee, so that's fine to bend that. But the top leg, try to keep it straight and strong. It doesn't have to be high, but don't let it get like floppy and loose. Push through the heel, engage the glutes. We're looking between the thumbs, and we're hopping off of the left foot. Once again, trying to take the weight forward. One more time. And then down dog again. Take a moment, relax your head, look between your heels. And then same thing with the left side. So now we're trying to keep that left leg straight. Again, it doesn't have to be high, but it is straight. Bend the right knee, look between the thumbs. And then we'll take some hops. We're coming off of that right foot, onto that right foot. One more time. And then come to the top of the mat, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach all the way up. Onto the sides, exhale. Okay, shake it on out. Again, grab some water if you need to. And we'll come to that object. So whether that's your chair or whether that's your couch or your kitchen counter, just something stable. This chair isn't super stable, but it's stable enough. We'll face that chair, taking some calf raises, paralleling the feet so we're not turned out yet, just nice and parallel. Standing tall, core engaged, glutes engaged, quads engaged. We'll lift the heels up, lower down. So nice and slow for 10. Go as high as you can in that releve, keeping the legs really strong and straight. You've got 7. And you might have a super light grip on this object. You could take even your hands off of it. That's fine. But it's there if you want a little bit of reassurance. Last 2. Last 1. Now press the heels downwards. We're not touching the ground with the heels, but we're pressing down from that high releve. You should start to really feel those glutes activate, the whole back of the leg activate. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the movement is up, up, up. Getting from that halfway point, now you'll probably feel this more in your calves. Finding that raise higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels. Feel free to take a quick calf stretch on either leg. The front knee is bent. The back leg is straight. The back leg is the one you're stretching. When you finish side 1, get into side 2. Okay. Now we'll turn out. So heels together, toes apart, but we'll turn back to face the chair, the countertop, the couch. Bend the knees and take a moment to just find a few little bounces in this demi-plie. And then quiet the bounce and just keep those knees opening out. Knees should be directed over the toes. From here, lift the right heel, just the right heel. Press it down. 4 more. Right, right. Last 2. 1. Now left for 5. Press up, pull down. We're staying in this demi-plie, in the squat for 3, 2, 1. Both heels up. 5. Belly tight. 4. Shoulders relaxed. 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Back to those little bounces. So starting to feel the thighs, from the inner thighs to the outer thighs, starting to feel the glutes. You've got 5 more bounces. And then staying low. Now 4 on the right, heel raises. 3, staying low in your squat. 2, 1. 4 on the left. 4, little raises. 3, 2, 1. Both heels. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, little bounces. We're laddering down. We'll go all the way to 1. Stay low. 3 on the right. Up. 3, 2. You haven't come out of this squat. Left heel. 3, 2, 1. Both heels. Stay low in the hips. Heels down, little bounces. Finding that buoyancy. Last 3, 2, 1. 2 on the right. Up. Up. Press through that metatarsal left. Both heels. We're almost done. Find that baby bounce. Last 2, 1. Now we've got right for 1, left for 1, both for 1. Again, right. left, both. One more time, right, left, both. Bounce it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let it go. And if you've been doing a lot of leg work since we've been sheltering in place, definitely take a moment to stretch the legs in whatever way you need, whether that's your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, your groin. Okie doke. Coming into lateral work, still doing some bar stuff. Doesn't matter which side you start with, you probably want to start facing the camera first so that when you turn around, you know what you're doing. So I'll be using my left leg. Hand or elbow, whatever feels more comfortable on that object. Parallel feet, bending into the knees. So it's like a chair pose. It's a really baby chair. Outside leg extends out, pointed or flexed. It's totally up to you. We'll lift that leg up 10 times. Notice my hips haven't wiggled. I haven't lifted this outside hip, so I'm staying low and I'm working with my range of motion. Then we'll stay up, point and flex through the foot a few times. Then we'll move the leg forward, center, back, center. Then we'll take some circles. So we'll be putting a lot of weight on the inside leg. Do what you need to do to prepare for that. And then let's set up that mini chair pose, that mini squat. Belly to spine, outside leg extends, lift it up for 10. I'm choosing to point my foot, but remember, you could flex, not a problem. Keep it straight, though, that leg. Last 4, 3, 2, hold the leg up, flex and point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point or flex, leg comes forward. Center, back, squeeze the booty, center, forward, center, back, center. Keep going. Again, notice that your standing side is still stable. It isn't moving and wiggling around because of the lifted leg movement. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Keep that leg up. Point through the foot now. Circle back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up, shake it out. We're coming off of the chair, the couch, the counter for a moment. Plie squat, goddess squat. This is a bar shape and a yoga shape. Hands in prayer or on the hips or on the knees, whatever feels good to you. Get nice and low, get nice and wide. 30 seconds, you've got 2 choices here. You can either hop off of the feet onto the feet or just pulse. So if you're not jumping today, you're pulsing. If you feel like jumping, you're staying low. None of us is straightening the legs today. So find that plie squat, find that long spine, engage through the belly, and here we go. 30 seconds, hopping or pulsing, staying low, staying really open in the hips. You can think about the inner thighs wrapping down and back to keep that external rotation. Whew, feeling those legs. 15 more seconds. We'll give the legs a break and do a little bit of plank work. Last 3, 2, stay low. 5 seconds just to hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more inhale. Exhale. All right, come on up. Shake it out again. Stretch it out however you need to. Before we do the second side at the object, we'll come onto the mat, forearm plank. Coming into bicep curls without any weights. So you want to take forearm plank, but with your palms up, like you could hold weights in your hand facing you, but don't hold any weights. So we're coming onto those forearms. We're extending the legs back. We're tapping the hands to the shoulders and extending the arms out. You just have 10. If you need to, do this on your knees, but your belly is still tight. Set yourself up. Here we go. For 10. It's a light tap. 9. You're trying to go slow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms down, forearm plank. We'll take the hips over to the right, center over to the left, center. We've got 10. Each side. As big as you can make this, finding that rainbow shape, working that trunk. And you're finding that breath. Over halfway there. Last one. And then take a moment, lower your hips, untuck your toes, Sphinx pose, that yoga back bend that's a little more gentle on the body than cobra or up dog. Forehead to the mat, push yourself up. All right, we'll come into a tabletop position, feet forward, hands back. Tricep dips into single leg tricep dips. So pointing the fingers towards your feet, bringing the hands under your shoulders. Remember with this, you want your hips off the ground, but it's not any pelvic movement. It's just a bend of the elbows straight back. Pull the belly button to the spine. Ground through both feet. We've got 10. Here we go for 10. It's okay if you're not bending super deep. Really try to keep the elbows pointing back and the hips off the ground. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it. Little pulses before the single for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can take a moment, drop your hips. Pick either leg to lift up, right leg or left leg. Hips come off the ground, and we've got just 5. 5. We'll go right into the other leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up with the hips, switch sides. 5 on second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet to the ground. Lift your hips, reverse tabletop, that stretch we do sometimes in class. Drop the head back if you want. Shift the weight forward and back. And then lower on down. Take a moment to stretch the arms. Quick little overhead tricep stretch, pushing the head into the arm that is against the back of the head. And then when you're ready, taking it to the other arm. You may also want to roll those shoulders out. Again, grab perhaps a quick sip of water. And we'll come back to our home bar for the lateral leg lifts on the other side. So you most likely started facing the camera. Now you'll start facing away. You're in that baby chair pose, that baby squat. Toes are pointing to your new forward. Outside hand can be on the hip. Outside leg extends. It's straight for every single one of these moves. 10 lifts. Here we go. Up for 10. 9. Keep pushing out through that leg. 8. 7, 6, 5, 4. We'll flex and point. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Flex and point. 3 more. Toes towards you, toes away. Last 1. And then point or flex. Leg comes forward a few inches. Returns to the side, back. Squeeze the booty. Center. Forward. Side. Back. Side. And keep going. Remember that this leg isn't just sort of kind of randomly moving in space. You're placing it where you want it to be. You're finding that control as you move. It should feel very smooth to transition from each of the 3 points. 2 more times, then we take those little circles. 1 more. Come back center, point or flex, circle the leg back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward. 10, 9, 8. Keep reaching out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, we'll step it out to that plie squat. If you're facing away from the camera, you can face towards the camera now. Toes and knees point out. This time we'll come from this goddess squat into star pose. So yoga and bar again together. If you want to jump, you can make it a star jump. If you're not jumping today, you're squeezing the tush, extending the arms, and coming back down, and you can releve if you want. I will not be jumping this, but again, jump it if you feel comfortable. Shoulders over hips, 30 seconds, here we go. And again, if you're not jumping, you have that option to lift the heels, and we'll add that Little releve, a little extra booty work. Arms and legs moving straight to bend, straight to bend. Looking at our time, we're halfway there. Nice big full movement. Last 3, 2, stay low, 5 deep breaths. Sit low. Two more. I know those legs are burning. Last one. All right, come on up. Again, shake it out, stretch it out how you need to. Hydrating, hydrating, hydrating. Okay, coming back to this bar, facing it once again, flat back. You all know from class, but just a quick reminder, you can do this with straight arms. This can get really tricky for the back. Sometimes the back really wants to drop, the belly wants to drop. Or it can get kind of weird for the neck and arms. You start to kind of bend your elbows. So I would suggest if you feel awkward at all in that shape, even a smidge, stack the forearms, let the head rest on the top hand, and then you'll be a little more good to go in terms of your trunk form. Belly to spine, start with either leg. I'll start with my left leg so you can see what's happening, but you can start with your right. We'll take that leg back, pointed or flex. We'll lift up 3, 2, 1, down 1, 10 times. Then we'll stay up, flex the foot, do some hamstring curls, do some glute presses, externally rotate, pull the knee in, and press it out. So make sure you have space behind you to straighten your leg, adjust if you need to. Pick the leg you're going to use first, square off the hips, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, down 1, up 3, 2, 1, down 1, 8 more. Stable in that standing leg. It could even be a bent knee. That is totally fine. Make sure the leg that's lifting is not opening out to the side. That hip stays square. Last 3. Last 1. Now come up, flex the foot, hamstring curl. 30 seconds, going for time now. So you can move at whatever speed you want. If there's too much pressure in your low back, you drop that thigh a little bit lower to the ground, but you keep the thigh in whatever space you dropped it, if you did so. Keep pulling that heel in, keep pushing that heel out. You should feel the back of that working thigh. We'll take it to just a glute press, and we'll go slow, and then we'll go fast. Last 3 with the curl. 2, 1, hold the bend, push up, lower down, nice and slow, push up, feel the burn in the booty, lower down, for 8, 7, 6, belly tight, 5, 4, 3, we'll go faster into 1, faster up, 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 keep that 90-degree angle as much as you can, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, turn that knee out. Pull that knee to the same arm as close as you can. Push the leg out straight. You've got 10. Pulling and pushing. 9, 8, 7. Really big movement. 6. Keep that leg high in space. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, come on up, stretch it out. I might highly recommend a figure 4 stretch for your standing leg. And then we'll come into side plank, also bar, also yoga. Remember what leg you just worked so that when we come to the bar, you're working the opposite leg. We'll do both sides of side plank. So again, it doesn't matter what side you start on. You could be on your hand or on your elbow, whatever feels more comfortable to you. But today, let's try to stack the feet, unless you really need to keep the bottom knee bent. If you have 2 straight legs, instead of stepping one in front of the other today, try to stack the top foot over the bottom. Lift that bottom hip up. See if you can reach that top arm up. We'll be taking some crunches with that top leg. So elbow and knee will pull in, and push out. We've got 30 seconds here. And if you don't like this, if it feels really unsafe for you, then you're holding side plank and you're not moving the limbs. Pulling and pushing. And if, like me, you're going to hit something, maybe you don't fully straighten your arm or your leg, staying up in that side plank. We're going to build onto this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quiet the arm and the leg. Hips go down an inch, up an inch. Belly to spine. Just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, drop the hips. Swim on around to the other side. That side plank crunch first, 30 seconds, and then those small 1-inch dips. Again, if you're straight legs, if you have 2 straight legs, you're stacking your feet. If not, bottom knee is down. That's the mod. Lift your hips up. Take your top arm overhead. Take your bottom leg, top leg up. 30 seconds. Here we go. Pull in, push out. So you're having to stabilize on your bottom side, your bottom arm, shoulder, hip, leg. So that bottom foot, pinky side of that bottom foot is really pushing into the ground. Halfway there, team. Using that exhale breath as you pull in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quiet the limbs. 1 inch down, 1 inch up. We're still facing forward with the chest. Small movement. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Take a moment to stretch side body, front body, shoulders. And then our final move will be the opposite leg, flat back at the bar. So setting up with those straight arms or those bent elbows, you just want to keep the belly supported and the neck supported. Toes face forward. Opposite leg from what you worked last time. I started with my left, so now I'm going to take my right. We've got up 3, 2, 1, down 1. Keep the leg really straight. Remember the foot. It could be flexed. It could be pointed. Hips are level. So if there was an object resting on your low back, it wouldn't slide off. It would stay because the hips are nice and even. Halfway there. Long back. Last 2. Last 1. Hold the leg up, flex the foot, hamstring curl, heel in, heel out. This is our 30-seconder, so you can find your pace here. Remember, if there's tension in the low back, you can drop the thigh, but once you drop it, however far you need, you keep it still, and you let that shin be the mover, that shin bone. Contracting through those hamstrings to find that bending. 10 more seconds to go, team, and then we've got those slower glute presses into the pulses. Okay, hold the bend in the knee. Come 1 inch up, 1 inch down. And what's coming up is the thigh and thus the shin and the foot. Again, it's really small, really small. It should feel, though, like a lot of sensation. You've got 4. Then we'll pulse 3, 2, 1. Pulse it out, belly strong. You can take punching exhales through the mouth. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the knee out to the side. Pull it towards the same arm and then straighten it as you push back. Pull in, push back. For 8. Nice big movement. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, again, coming up, you might want to start stretching that standing leg. Figure 4 would feel really great after all of that. You also may want to take figure 4 with your working leg. And then just take a moment, face either side, And start to just rotate that leg and the hip socket. The knee could be bent, and then go the other way. And then just swing forward and back again. Just make sure you have space. You're not going to whack your toes. And then same thing on the other side. Those circles in the hip socket, juicing it up. Take it the other way. And then find those swings forward and back, forward and back. And if, like me, you're facing away from the screen, turn on back around. We'll end with 2 breaths. Bend the knees. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, take the arms down. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, take it down.